Hi, and welcome to Irish Sports World on Saturday, the 17th of February. And again, I think I was saying yesterday that Saturday is the big day for sport. That, you know, maybe as much sport on Saturday as on all the days of the rest of the week. But to be honest with you, it's really struck me much today. And struck me with this stuff as to what hits me. And yeah, there's a bit of soccer, of course, and rugby, a bit of hurling, football. Probably a bit of cricket down in India. I think England had a very bad day. All out in a good position. That's by the way. One thing will have struck me, as in the soccer, will right now the one thing interesting thing is happening is that in Germany, Leverkusen are you know going very nicely, and it looks like Bayern might be going to finish second for the first time in quite a few years, over 10 years anyway. I mean, Leverkusen hammered them when they played recently, and I saw the game and were very impressed with the way Leverkusen played. I think I said that about Xavi Alonso. That I think it would be a mistake for him to go to Liverpool right now. He's doing very well where he's at, and you know why? He's just begun. He might as well stay there. Liverpool's a huge job, and it might be too much for him at his age. That would be just my thoughts, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing to see that happening in Germany because the Bayern monopoly was getting a little tedious. But I noticed some of our favourite journalists are blaming Harry Kane. It's kind of the Spurs curse. I mean, he's never won anything. And you would think, and he would have thought, going to Bayern, that he'd be guaranteed at least to win the Bundesliga. And with the start he had, scoring all around him, it looked like that. But um, that's Harry's mistake, of course, was staying at Spurs way too long. But then again, it's not all about winning things because he was happy with his Spurs and with his family in London, so he'll do fine. But that's by the way. The other soccer result was struck me just now was Premiership. Liverpool and especially Arsenal had good wins, which were much, but Nottingham Forest 2, West Ham nil struck me because, well, as you probably gathered, West Ham would not be my favourite team for certain reasons. A certain manager they have, and they were actually West Ham supporters with Moyes out. A big flag with that written on it, and people were kind of saying, "Oh, well, Moyes himself was saying a little bit unfair to him, but they won a UEFA Conference Cup last year, and they're in 8th position, even with that loss, which is better than they were last year when they were nearly relegated." I would be saying that, like, that's the only trophy Moyes has won in nearly over, oh God, nearly 30 years of management. And I basically call that a Mickey Mouse tournament anyway. Didn't know about it until recently. It doesn't have any tradition of any like UEFA Cup winners and European Cup are the old ones. So yeah, I get a bit hard on him. But to be honest, Moyes is like, I remember when he went to United, and I was saying at the time, like, what the hell? People were saying, oh, he did a great job at Everton for 10 years. Well, he was with Everton for 10 years and he won absolutely nothing. And the surely, if you're doing well at your job in management, you have to win the odd thing, and Everton are a strong club. But he was happy to sort of wouldn't be relegated, just as he's happy now if West Ham aren't relegated, which isn't, how would you put it, how you would like to see your manager if you're big into a club doing. And with that, I mean, West Ham were always known, like, they basically had the spine of the England team that won the World Cup in '66, especially Bobby Moore, and always known as playing attractive soccer. Always remember him for that. Whereas now, I think of all the clubs Moyes has managed, or if you use that word with caution regarding to him, I don't think any of them would be accused of playing attractive football. His kind of thing is, you know, defensive stuff and sneak a goal kind of thing. Always has been. Also because West Ham as well, they're, let's say their financing or their owners are kind of dubious. I mean, I'm not sure how tough. I'm sure it is tough in West Ham because they're basically financed by the sex industry. David Gold, who died a year ago, um, he had a fortune of 440 million, which was got from that industry. His daughter is continuing on the board, and David Sullivan is involved in the same stuff. So I'm sure the poor West Ham fans get quite a hard time for that from the other fans. You would prefer a Saudi Arabian oil baron or even an American tycoon to be with your club at least. Anyway, that's by the way. That's my little rant for the moment, but wish them all well. Then it's just the bit of racing that went, and yesterday I threw quite a few horses into the pot. Great racing. I was a bit busy, so I didn't see much of it, just taking the results. And of the so-called whatever 7, 8 horses I threw in, Will Henry's Friend winning the 150 at Ascot at 13-2. Interestingly, Pic D'Orhy, the big race of the day, like he was up against Lone Press, who was short price. I mean, Pic D'Orhy was 13-8, and I think Lone Press, fancied by many to win the Gold Cup, was odds on, and Pic D'Orhy beat him easily. Pic D'Orhy's, I've always struck me as a very, very classy horse, and he might be well in the mix now. I don't know. I haven't been reading the news about with the Gold Cup against Galopin to show. Other than that, we had those two, and at Gorn, we had in the 327, we had Saint Sam, 10 to 11, decent price for one of the Mullins Town End teams. So that was it. There was nothing else, so you wouldn't be making a fortune out of that. And then just throw in tomorrow, having a look, reasonably decent card at Punchestown, and I thought I picked out a couple with bits and pieces of chances. 235, horse called Clonmeen. He's around 8s at the moment. The 305, horse called No Flies on Him. Right now it's 6-4, but William Mullins is a very good horse in the race, so that I wouldn't say it'll be any worse than 6-4. I would say it could be sort of a 2-1 or better. It's very good form. 1610, the wonderfully named Buckelbucht, again 3s around, and the 440. You've got Master Boy Davis, 3-1, and then there's a sort of a charity race, which is kind of a race I suppose you would be steering clear of, but one of the horses has the interesting name of Samui, which translate as cold in Japanese. Samui. So that's it for tonight. Thank you for listening, and good luck.